What's up, Barclays Premier League fans, fantasy fans, and fans of the. That's quite a lot of fans, in fact. Too many fans. But yes, that's how big the game is around the world. But fantasy fans of the English Premier League, Week 9 this year. Friday's game already undertaken or already done. Brighton hosted. No, Brighton didn't host. West Ham hosted Brighton and they lost. It was one of those games I thought it may have been a draw, but Brighton literally came out. They did the business. Despite having drawn at home against Everton, I thought they might have continued on that same path in terms of drawing the next game. West Ham also drew, so I just thought it was one of those games that just end up being a draw, but proves that I don't know too much about how the game's played in a certain sense, or that you can never predict anything about a football game. But we're here to analyze or perhaps give a certain take on what might happen. So I'm surprised by how Brighton came out, and that's a good win for them. Hopefully they can keep on going down that path in terms of winning games against teams that are not too big in terms of stature in the league. But that was a good win for them. Chelsea hosting Watford for the Saturday game. First Saturday game. No Kante. They lost last week against Crystal Palace. You could say they are low. The morals slightly low, given what we come to expect of Chelsea when it comes to playing against teams like Crystal Palace. But they're playing at home this time against Watford. Watford, in contrast, morals high. They've beaten Arsenal, who's a rival of Chelsea. You could also say that Watford is also rival of pretty much any other teams in London, but hey, they're coming out. They're gonna come out. I feel like they're gonna come out. Um, I don't feel like they're gonna be too much. They're gonna sit back because they're high spirited already. They won a game against another big team, so they feel like, you know what, we might go on and take another big team. But Chelsea is not Arsenal in that sense. Chelsea doesn't really mess about when it comes to um, playing the likes of Watford, albeit they lost Crystal Palace, but I feel like this is a game where Chelsea might come back on track and show what we have known what we'll come to know about Chelsea as one of the best teams, not only in the league but also around the world. Next game we've got Huddersfield against United. Bad run of form for Huddersfield at the moment, and then you would feel for them in a certain sense that you'd hope they will find an easy team to play against next. But lo and behold, you got Manchester United. They've got guys called Lukaku. They drew against Liverpool. I thought that would have been a win for them, but shows that Liverpool is also resilient. Huddersfield, like I say, bad run of form. Bro, I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna be a good day for them. But Chelsea lost last week. Liverpool, sorry, not Liverpool. Arsenal lost last week, so Huddersfield, they might be the team to surprise all of us. So watch out for that game. But I've got United to win the game. City against Burnley. Burnley very good defensively, even though they are playing at home. They're playing away. Sorry, they're playing at the Etihad Stadium. Very good. Sean Dyche, like I said, is a very, very good manager. I won't be surprised if Monday down the line he actually wins the England job. But they're playing against City. City give 100 Stoke City 7. They give 7 to Stoke City. Aguero's coming back from an injury. It's firepower pretty much everywhere when you look at it. So it's gonna be a tough game for Burnley. If they can, I mean they've got Pope in goal, who's averaging at least 90% save, which is one of the best, which is the best percentage of save by any goalkeeper in the league at the moment. So he's gonna have to rely heavily on that in terms of perhaps keep out De Bruyne, Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Aguero, who might come off the bench. So it's going to be one of those games. Burnley is going to really tighten up at the back. But like I said, Sean Dyche is a really good manager. He's a bit like a Mourinho in terms of a very good tactician. He knows how to set up his team in order to defend. So I won't be surprised if City doesn't win the game, or probably wins the game, but probably 1 or 2 goals. So I'm still going for City simply because of what they've got in terms of firepower. But I also see a draw. So watch out for that game as well. Newcastle playing against Palace. They drew against Southampton last week. Newcastle did. Palace won, high spirited, but Newcastle playing at home. They're very good at home. Newcastle's really good at home. Palace, it's like I said, the morals really high. They were bottom of the league. They're still bottom of the league. They did perhaps something that not many people had anticipated, and now I feel like they may just go on and keep on going. So hopefully this is going to be a good run of fun for them. To go to United, Newcastle United, they win another game, and then the tables turns. So with Rizal, he's came back, he's playing well. Hopefully, Townsend is gonna pull a few strings, and hopefully it's one of those as well. It's like often enough when you've got a guy that used to play for a previous team, when you go back to his team, always wants to stick it to them. It's one of those. I feel like Townsend might turn up, and then Palace might do the business. So on that, just for that, just because of Townsend coming back and the ways I was played, I'm gonna give it to Palace to win it. But don't be surprised if it ends up being a draw. But I'm going for Palace to win this game. Stoke against Bournemouth. Stoke lost 7. Took 7 last week. Sorry. Bournemouth lost 1-0. So 2 losses, but different scale of losses, different type of losses, different way of dealing with it as well. Mark Hughes is gonna sort his team out. Hopefully they rise up. Bournemouth is not one of those teams that might frighten you. So even if they get a draw at this game, they will be pleased with that, given what the beating they took last week. So I feel like Stoke, given how much of a need of a win how much of a win they are in need of, I will go for them to win this game. And Bournemouth, I'm sorry, but I don't know. They're playing okay. So I will go for Stoke to win this game. You've got what do you call him? Crouch. Peter Crouch is 1 goal away from tying the all-time goal scoring record for Stoke City. It's motivation. It's motivation for a player. So I'll see Stoke winning this game. Tactically, I feel like Mark Hughes gonna rally the troops and then hopefully they should try to get the team back on track again. It was not a good performance for them. When you look at how many goals they conceded, Stoke is known for being a team that are resilient. They always play really hard. They play tough. They don't really concede that many goals, so that was quite odd. So I feel like they might come back on track. But also losses don't come in also losses come in twos. So unless there's something drastic that happens, I don't see why they will lose again, especially against Bournemouth. So for that reason, Stoke for me are my pick to win this game. Swansea against Leicester. Leicester sacked Craig Shakespeare. It's one of those things that has a double type or double effect on the players. The first being the fact that the players weren't aware of it, so it comes as a surprise. The morale shuts down. They don't play well. Or second effect is the fact that that's what the players wanted. In a certain way, it's a relief. They go out and then the bowl. Swansea, having won a game, might be highly spirited, but Leicester moral is high as well, given the second example that I've just illustrated. So these two will have to clash, and on that basis, I feel like Leicester might win again simply because of Vardy, Riyad Mahrez, indeed, strong in midfield. So Vardy, Mahrez, they turn up all the time, and Slimani as well can come off the bench. I feel like Leicester could win this game, but I'm surprised if Swansea keep on riding the wave that they are on. They won a game. It's been a long time, so they could keep on going. Southampton against West Brom. Southampton, they drew the last game. West Brom also drew the last game, but West Brom is a good team. I always highly rate West Brom. Southampton, it's I don't know what's happening this season, but I'm gonna go for West Brom simply because of how they played against Leicester, despite not possessing the ball enough, but still coming away with a win. For draw, sorry. So just on that basis, I feel like West Brom for me are my pick to win um, this game. Everton against Arsenal. Arsenal lost against Watford. Everton drew. So being away, getting a point away from home is quite good. Arsenal, in contrast, took a loss away from home. Now you've got to travel to Everton, another away game, where you expected not to lose given the type or the stature of the team, given also the expectations that are set not only by your fans but also by yourself as a club. Everton play tough. Everton tend to play really tough against Arsenal. It's just like I said about Watford. Watford ended up winning the game. Everton being at home, you would say in a certain sense that the home crowd, being at Goodison Park, could play in their favour. Arsenal, people say that their players don't have the cojones to play this game when you see the way they lost against Watford. So maybe this may be a chance for them to prove that, guess what, we have the cojones to play this game. And Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, who may potentially come back for this game, they could do the business and win this game. And that'll be good for them. That'll be really good for them. Next game we got Spurs against Liverpool. Spurs playing in Wembley. Liverpool drew against Manchester United. I didn't see a draw. I expected Liverpool to lose that game, but the way they play shows that Liverpool is for real. The main business this season. Spurs, they're not your average team as well. They're playing well. They play well. They've got good defense. They've got good midfielders. They've got two good guys up top, or probably three good guys up top. Because for me, I feel like the guy who plays behind the striker is just as important as the guy who plays up front. So Ericsson and Dele Alli for me are like this the engine, especially Ericsson, who's actually currently being scouted by Barcelona. Like I said, Ericsson, De Bruyne, these two could replace Iniesta anytime coming. So Ericsson, I'm surprised that it's now that I'm sure they probably said they started looking at him for quite some time, but it's making news now. But Ericsson, for me, I feel like everyone talks about Harry Kane being probably too good for Spurs. I feel like Ericsson is actually too good for Spurs. Ericsson is way too talented to play for this current Spurs team. So I won't be surprised if next season is gone. But he's one of those guys. He's not very outspoken. He's very not many what do you call it? Many Scandinavian that it's they're quite modest. They're quite shy. You don't see them speaking much. They're very eloquent when they speak. So you could never sense if he's planning on leaving or not. But he's not that type of guy as well. So he may end up staying at Spurs for quite some time, or you never know. Like I said, it's football, it's business. Guys go out there to play. If there's another opportunity for them to go, if there's better patronage, like you would say in French, to try and or you would say in green, if there's better greenfield somewhere else, they may go there. But I feel like Ericsson for me is too good for Spurs. So, but anyway, coming back to this game, I feel like Spurs for me will win this game. They've shown enough in terms of winning scrappy games, especially against Bournemouth. Not a big game, not a big win, but just a 1-0 game, just a 1-0 win. So it's what, in a certain sense, champions start doing. You don't often there are certain teams they're hard to beat, but you manage to come away with a point. Not a point, but the 3 points. So that's the trademark of champions. So for me, hopefully they will not only persuade me but everyone else that guess what, we're here for business and we wanna go all the way. So I feel like Spurs might beat Liverpool, and for once I will go for a score of 2-1. Continue to score for Liverpool as usual. And Spurs, Harry Kane and Ericsson 2-1. So just a quick recap, sorry. Chelsea, Watford, Chelsea to win. Huddersfield, United of course. Say that, you never know. Man City against Burnley, good defense. I'll go for Man City. 2, Newcastle United against Palace, a draw, but Palace to win it. Stoke against Bournemouth, could be a draw as well. Stoke need a win. I'll go for Stoke. Swansea, Leicester for me to come back and win this game. Southampton against West Brom, I'll go for West Brom. Seems like one of those games where it could be a draw, but I'll go West Brom. Everton, Arsenal, I will go for a draw in this game. I was gonna say Arsenal to win. Alexis Sanchez coming back, but could be a draw. It's good. It's set tomorrow. It's one of those games that's actually set tomorrow. When you don't lose, it's a draw. You know you come away with a point, having lost to Watford last week, the week before. So a draw sets things, puts you in a certain way in the right direction. You know, right, we've come away with a point. We'll be happy with that. We'll move forward. Spurs, Liverpool. I'll go for Spurs to win. So I'll put the details, every games down in the description box. I hope you guys have a good weekend and you enjoy the games, and feel free, like I said, to subscribe, leave some tips and comments regarding what you think I may improve on, I may need to improve on, or anything that you have, or any ideas that you may have. Thank you, and see you hopefully in the coming days. Peace.